and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and
Eric.
And today is an exciting day because we are actually going to be catching you up on everything that we've been working on since we moved into this new house. If you are new here, welcome. Feel free to subscribe, click the bell notification to be notified of any new uploads, and like the video if you like it.
First thing that had to get done was take out the popcorn ceiling. Test it, make sure there wasn't asbestos. Luckily, no. The test kits that we were able to get were very simple.
By the way, just a quick disclosure, anytime you're dealing with, popcorn ceilings or old materials, please follow your local guidelines for your area, your county, your city, whatever your building codes are. If your area is known for having, asbestos and popcorn ceilings, make sure you test it. So all those different things, just check your area, check your guidelines. We did our homework, so just make sure that you do your own homework for your area.
It's a messy process, so a lot of the prep work, a lot of the cleanup work takes up actually a lot of the time. The labor-intensive part of it is the taking a flat scrape and scraping it off the ceiling. That definitely took a long time for, the entire house.
But your dad actually had a really good tip on all of that. Was he had like a canister that he was able to use to spray water on the ceiling before you guys scraped. It was before, right?
Yeah.
And that helped both with dust as well as with the general removal.
Yes. And another lucky part that we had was the popcorn ceiling hadn't been painted over. We didn't have to deal with that. And once it was sprayed with a little bit of water, it scraped off fairly easily. Some parts were a little bit harder.
Living room spaces had it, the hallway had it, dining room, all the bedrooms. So the majority of the house had that popcorn ceiling on it. And my sister likes to say that taking down that popcorn ceiling took 10 years off the house. It made it feel cleaner in here because those popcorn ceiling grooves hold on to a lot of dirt. Took the age off the house since popcorn ceilings is definitely a era specific thing. What was the next learning curve?
Oh yes, we had to spray.
I almost forgot too.
Yeah, that was a whole nother experience. Was spraying on the orange peel. Texture spraying was something I've never done before because I am not a contractor.
My mom came down. She has done this before. The texture that we reapplied to the drywall that was then on the ceiling and it was then bare, she referred to it as an orange peel texture. A plaster of some kind, I can't quite remember if it was exactly joint compound, but you make it into like a very loose, like pancakey batter consistency. That was a good learning curve. Eric got very good at learning which consistency works and which one would clog up the sprayer.
Yep. Too light didn't work. Too heavy, you got that. Have to have that.
The Goldilocks. Not too thick, not too thin, just right. You can do what's called knockdown afterwards, which kind of you take a scraper to the orange peel after it's gone through. We decided to not knock it down. If there was a couple of clumps that were extra thick that were going to be really noticeable, we did address those individual spots. There wasn't too many. We did that in all the rooms where the popcorn ceiling was taken down. Had to prime the ceilings, paint the ceilings, and then
place some can lights. Updated those.
Yeah.
Fairly straightforward from the box. So
the original can lights that were in here, they kind of look like little eyeballs. So the can lights are the lights that are recessed into the ceiling. The piece would go in and then there was kind of like a round little ball that came down and you could, rotate the ball around for how you wanted to aim the light.
Yeah, just LEDs. They're meant to replace those exact can lights. A lot more energy efficient and all that. Good jazz.
We've done a lot more in what is now the nursery.
First we had to take out this blue cabinet that was on one side of the room. It was not an original piece, but it was from a long time ago.
It even had shag carpet built into it or underneath it. It
wasn't very big. It was not even deep enough to hardly fit a book. Maybe just a TV stand.
But TVs back then were a lot thicker.
Yeah.
So I don't even know.
Then took out the flooring that's in there. That was the old laminate flooring, not very waterproof. Put it in some new vinyl flooring that is waterproof because I have a feeling there will be some spilling in that room.
New baseboards painted.
Yeah, new baseboards, basically refresh the entire room.
And then after they did just the general refresh in there, so that was the, you know, the paint, the flooring, the baseboards, and getting it just kind of ready to go, I did that sunburst light DIY to add a decorative detail onto the ceiling. So
Yes.
that was kind of the first phase of making it truly more of a nursery / kids room. So if you haven't seen that yet, it's up in the corner. So go ahead and take a peek at that DIY project. We of course have many plans in the nursery. There'll be things happening with the closet. There'll be things happening decor-wise. So more of that to come in later videos. The last item inside that was a major item was the hall bathroom makeover. Again, if you haven't seen that yet, there'll be a link, if it hasn't been already, up in the corner. The guest / hall bathroom makeover, that was a lot of fun to take it from the 70s and bring it up to more modern and our style. We haven't done anything in the ensuite bathroom yet, but as far as the hall bath, we just refreshed that room. So painted in there, new light fixture, mirror, faucet, towel ring, towel bar. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check that one out. I'm handing it off to you for the major projects that are more on the exterior of the house. Before we get into all the other exciting, visually exciting things that happened in the backyard, the replacing of the pool filter was a huge project. Again, one of those more expensive items a warranty probably would have covered, so note to self.
I will start in the garage because that was something I needed to take care of fairly early due to parking situations. I didn't want too many cars parked out in front of our house, and we do have a drive-through garage. The intentions were to park my truck in the back parking spot, but the hard part was it was one of those old single door garages that kind of fold open, and so I didn't have quite enough room between, there's an orange tree in the backyard and that door opening up, and my truck is a long bed. So basically just had to take that door out, put in a new roll-up door, and a door that just goes straight up and down, just like your standard garage door. We went non-electrical, it's just a manual lift door. Got it all done and it works just fine now. And I was able to park the truck in the back. After that, we started working.
Mostly you, but yeah, I'll take some credit.
Started working in the back. Well, if you did watch the backyard moving in tour, then you would have seen how this backyard looked prior to me getting a hold of it. Eclectic, to say the least, and very personal to the previous owners, I think the original owners of the house.
All these little tiny concrete pathways just segregated the entire backyard into these little tiny sections. I mean, some of these sections were like 2 foot by 2 foot. I mean, it's not easy to work with for us and not really to our liking.
So that basically started the largest project of removing the concrete. That was a lot of work. I did it all by hand, getting a pick, whatever, a sledgehammer to break the concrete, did it all.
Broke your sledgehammer at one point.
Broke my sledgehammer, which obviously concrete wins sometimes. 2 20-ton trips.
With his dad's beefy truck and trailer.
Large trailer.
And 2 of those trips.
Yeah.
We got lucky in that this concrete did not have a lot of
metal or reinforcement.
rebar. Laid the pattern, poured their concrete in.
Yep.
Stamped very funny things in there. There was names like Peggy and Carl and what about the Little Mermaid?
The Little Mermaid. It was a tin boat, or aluminum boat, excuse me.
A metal boat.
An old aluminum boat that was cut in half, sunk in huge chunks of concrete. Apparently concrete was cheap back in the 80s.
Just took this boat, they cut it in half and
a little like 8-foot aluminum boat, cut it in half, sunk it in concrete, and created this little artwork kind of piece.
There were succulents planted in it and some ferns. Again, foliage.
Not a bad thing.
We had a couple friends come over and go, "Oh, that's really unique. Yeah, that's cool. You guys should keep that." But nobody wanted it in their backyard. It was weird. Yeah. No one wanted to, when we said we were taking it out, no one said, "Yes, please drop it by my house." Yeah. But they all encouraged us to keep it. Maybe if you were more into sea travel and seafaring or things like that you might want a half of a boat in your backyard or a full boat cut in half in your backyard.
And that was definitely the theme in the back.
There was like anchors. We still haven't taken the anchors down, but anchors all over the place.
So that was a lot of labor intensive days, spending a lot of time taking that out, taking out trees, go from there.
Big before and after of taking out all these little concrete sections, taking out the boat, taking out the tree. So that was a big before and after. It's visual, and you know, a lot of labor of love, lots of blood, sweat, and tears that went into taking all of that out. So right now it's kind of just a mud pit back there. Well, because it's raining right now, it's muddy, but otherwise it's just dirt. We have the idea of, you know, like a blank canvas in the majority of it. We do have plans, but you did add some decorative things to give it some flair.
Basically designed a little layout for those string lights to go across the entire backyard. String lights are all hung now, and I think it looks really good especially when the sun sets and it's all nice and lit up in the backyard.
Some party lights.
Party lights, there you go.
Yeah.
There is actually a bar area. We had to open up the bar a little bit, so take out some extra lattice. Yeah, whoever did some woodwork in there was nice. It was very short on the inside. Had to raise the area up enough to where I could walk in without having to duck the entire time while in it. Add lighting. Now there's power to the back of the bar again. Hook up a blender. Makes margaritas, yeah.
Just to wrap it up so we don't get too much into our future plans, that'll be another video, but what would you say is your number one project that you are most looking forward to at the house?
I'd say the kitchen. I think really opening up that kitchen will really help with the whole flow of the house, everything. It's just going to be complete change. No more lowered ceilings.
Yeah, that's a good one. Kitchen is definitely a good one. I will say that I am most looking forward to the immediate benefits of doing a laundry room makeover, laundry room renovation. Main things, I guess both of us are wanting better flow and better function, yeah, for our lifestyle. I know this was a chatty video, it was a longer video. I hope we were able to catch you up on all the various things that we've done here at the house. We'll have future videos coming up here just a little bit to tell you what we're planning on doing. Really fun plans to just talk through and dream through with you. Thank you so much for being here as always. Quick reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification, and if you liked this video and chatting about renovations or any home renovation content, give us a like so we know that you would like us to do more of this type of content. Again, I'm Jenny.
Eric.
And we thank you so much for being here. Be well, my friends.